Hello, ladies and germs, and welcome back. It's more of MDL action. That's the Mars TV Dota League 2016. And, well, it's just our first day of group stage coverage. We're in our second series now for the BTS2. It's iG.Vitality taking on OG. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit. I'm also joined by Mr. Ben Merlini. Woo! OG take down iG.Vitality in game number 1. Not mega convincing, but
pretty easy.
It was okay. I mean, they were able to kind of, analyze the situation. They recognized Oracle got to go, so they make Oracle go, and then they just do their business being able to kite around and work around this Fen. And
they took one bad fight in like the last 20 minutes of the game. I think it's none of those other fights really looked that close, but some stuff happened in between last game and this game. Firstly, IG themselves clarified that Cherry is indeed their sponsor.
Cherry is their sponsor. Would not have known it otherwise, but
that's
I don't know. Now we can theory craft. They didn't say, what is it? Is it a soda? Is it a candy? Is it a lip balm? I'm saying lip balm.
Maybe they make keyboards and Cherry Switch keyboards.
Oh, Cherry Switch keyboards? That's a good one.
Maybe they make artificial cherries.
IG, you have to send us some cherry so we can find out what it is.
All these tourists in China, they just get like mega swindled out of everything. They just have like fake everything. Like,
what do you mean?
Fake eggs, just like everything that you could imagine that you couldn't possibly fake, they just sell them fake because that's just how China is.
What would a fake egg omelet taste like?
Just fake everything, dude.
Okay. It's all fake.
It could no. It could be fake.
Could be fake.
If they're trying to swindle tourists, which is a very common thing.
Oh yeah, I would imagine so.
The second thing is that the admins for MDL are
very patient. I mean, we have to often admin our own BTS series, and I have frequently have to deal with players who are not really there. You're just kind of like, hey, hello, coin flip, heads or tails, heads or tails, heads or tails. And you can't really just be annoying because you got to be respectful. Not these guys. They're like, ready, 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 ready.
They spammed it in all caps with question mark multiple times.
I'm like, dude, aren't they at that LAN? Why don't you just go over there and ask them? They're ready. Look at the booth or whatever. But nonetheless, the players are ready. We're in game number 2.
Their admins are probably fake.
Admins, yeah. Fake egg admins, sure. We'll go with that.
Reserve time.
This game might be fast at least. OG get the first pick drow, so that's nice. Anyways, the story I wanted to bring up for Inflame here. So have you heard what Inflame's nickname is?
Do enlighten.
So before I tell you what his nickname is, here, where do I find this from? Here it is. So apparently he was in a pub and he played against Ferrari 430, right, in the mid lane, and he crushed him. And Ferrari's just like, dude, how come you can't play like that in the matches? He's like, nerves. So now he has the name Nerves Bro. So apparently in China they add bro to everything. Have you heard about this?
It's just Ga. Ga is like
Nerves Bro.
It's like when you say like your brother is Gaga, or you're like, I don't know, like an elder friend is just like Daga. You just add. I don't know if bro is like the correct translation. But
Nerves, dude.
I guess it is.
Nerves, yeah. So he's Nerves apparently.
It's just like Guy. I don't know. It's Guy, I think, is probably a better loose translation than bro. Bro in English makes it sound like you're kind of chummy with the guy, right? You're very friendly, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean
chummy in Chinese.
Oh,
so it could mean disrespect. Oh, I mean,
dude is probably better.
Dude can mean anything though. You can be like dude or dude. I don't know. I guess it could be something
but
like that.
But like toilet dude, I think is a way more fitting translation than toilet bro. For like Matamba Man, right?
10 seconds remaining.
There are a lot of worse nicknames though too. There's a new guy on Vici Gaming, the new Vici Gaming named Ghost. They just call him Ugly Ghost.
Reserve time.
And I'm like, Jack, why do they call him Ugly Ghost? Is he ugly? He's like, I have seen and confirmed he is not ugly nor a ghost. And we're like, okay.
Thanks.
But apparently they've been calling him Ugly Ghost since Dota 1. So he's an old ugly ghost. I really want to watch him play, though. He's like this new up-and-coming pub star for Vici Gaming. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about OG versus IG. After picking up Drow, they get the Oracle, the most prestigious support in the game. Oh, I want to know, since I have you here, and since PA was banned, so it kind of makes sense. Have you seen much of the 4-position PA?
I heard about it.
It's nutty, dude. Because, as we know, Orb of Venom, unique attack modifier is gone, so it's just Dagger with Blightstone and Orb of Venoms all day. And you just can't get away. It's just absurd. We saw Lil do it.
Slow uptime is really high.
It's way too many daggers at once. It was, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of it. I don't know if we're going to see it from any of these guys, but
I'm sure
I would welcome
not
it.
that great.
Oh, come on.
There's a lot of plus movement speed stuff. There's a lot of purging stuff too. I don't know. It doesn't do that much damage. It's just slow. Like upheaval's not OP, even though it slows ridiculous amounts.
According to Fluff, it is.
So, according to some people, it is, but in competitive, it is not proven to be relatively strong. Even
the stats say one thing, but IG though, get grab up Lifestealer here. I don't see a normal vehicle for him, so I would be a little concerned about the movement. I don't know if you can solely base on track movement as your best way of getting in and out of stuff. They could always get a puck, I guess, at the end.
It's okay if he gets kited. If he gets kited, that means the Drow's not doing damage. So, like, all they need to do, they wanted a hero that can get on top of the Drow range. They banned out PA, they banned out Sven, high physical mitigation heroes that can easily get in melee range to the Drow Ranger, and Lifestealer is another one. The problem with Lifestealer is he doesn't actually have any physical mitigation. He doesn't have that great armor, and Rage is only magic immunity. So if you have a lot of physical damage with like ET Aura plus Drow Ranger plus, I don't know, let's say like a Wind Ranger or something in the mid lane, I guess she's not really that hot right now, but anyways, any high physical damage range hero in the mid lane, you can actually just kill the Lifestealer. But if Lifestealer actually gets on top of the Drow Ranger, maybe hopping into the Slardar, maybe 8 of track move speed, then you can disable the marksmanship and be a tank more so than anything else. A marksmanship disabler.
Why not consider getting something instead like... I want to see more of like the Winter Wyvern grab to respond back to the Drow. Like they committed for this Witch Doctor. It's not like he's going against a Beastmaster or a Nature's Prophet, or you need the Coconut for any particular reason, so you don't know how trustworthy of a stun it can actually be.
They'd lose their lanes way too badly.
You think so?
Winter Wyvern's like not a great solo support. Like Arctic Burns is like way too long a cooldown. He doesn't have super high range, and Bounty Hunter's going to be roaming around the map. And then you have a melee as well. You don't want their offlaner to like be really
Oh, was that a nab pick, you think? I thought that could have been a pretty decent pick for Vitality. I mean, they're hoping for a mid lane grab and something to help out with Lifestealer kind of getting towards the Drow and setting things up.
Ever since Wings ran like the puck quap Drow Ranger strat, I think that more teams are like kind of opening up their draft to incorporating more heroes into their lineup. And I tend to think this is actually S4 puck.
I was just going to say, I'm like, or... they're just going to give S4 heroes and put in the off lane. That kind of also work in the off lane.
They should. It works.
Yeah. I mean, puck off lane wasn't like a mainstream kind of a thing since like, I don't know, like it was like Star Ladder like 11 or something, but
it was a Drow strat that has been used before, and I like puck has always had a weird place at this TI. He lost a lot even prior to that, like during group stage, he lost a lot. That's because people kept putting him in the mid lane. And in the mid lane, you need a hero that scales better with farm. The mid laners are more often than not the position 1 nowadays, as opposed to the position 2. So Puck, you don't really want as your position 1, but as a position 3, where he doesn't need that much farm and can always go to the fights, and he doesn't have to scale late game because you have 2 other heroes that do, and you even have Drow Ranger Aura to make Puck scale a little bit better, then I think that's the perfect place for a Puck.
Yeah, it definitely works out appropriately for this kind of lineup. With the Bounty Hunter kind of running around doing his own thing, I don't think she's going to be under too much trouble in the laning phase. I mean, whereas normally, ban on Huskar?
No, I always forget about that hero. It's kind of like Brood. You just forget about it, and then you get, boom, Huskar.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, most people, it seems like they've been kind of covering their bases in that second phase. Certainly, if there's going to be like an Oracle or a Dazzle or anything of that nature involved in the first phase, you got to make sure you take the Huskar out as a possibility.
Same thing with Sniper. You don't want to get snipered that 1 out of every 100 games.
Cyber, I would say, is definitely much more rare. Like, I don't know. I've seen, like, I don't know who's picking that hero now.
10 seconds.
Wasn't it? I think one of the Chinese teams did it.
I mean, yeah, Super still plays it occasionally, I would guess, but Super's still playing in a different world of Doa. But here we have Medusa come out. We also saw this earlier today in the hands of actually Super. So could still be a mid lane grab.
Yeah, that's the mid lane Dusa.
Mid lane Dusa with Drow.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, we saw plenty of that TI. Normally you look at Drow Ranger Lab and you're like, they gotta get this done in like 35 minutes or she's gonna expire. But hey, Medusa's like an insurance policy, I'd imagine. You have late game now.
She's also just really good in the mid lane. There's not that many heroes that can actually deal with a Medusa with a Drow aura. She's extremely hard to gank, and Bounty Hunter can like tickle her, but then you're gonna get a snake thrown back at you, and you're not gonna have that much mana.
What about like an OD or something? I mean, good overall against a Medusa. Could be able to hold okay in lane.
OD's alright, but I think OG were actually the only teams that were running OD in the past
Oh,
couple
what?
months.
I've been seeing OD plenty.
I have not seen that much OD at all.
Come on. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah, OD has definitely been seeing a lot of day, and here he continues to see the good light.
Well, I haven't seen that much. At TI, I think only OG picked him.
At TI, yeah, I will say. I think since then, suddenly people have just recognized OD. Well, Illusion Gaming is still pretty prominent, so he's good against that. But I don't know. Maybe they still want mid laners to still pull out and be. I don't know. To be honest with you, I know it's just the BTS series and like it was like tier 2 European teams, but based on the Dota I was seeing, I was being pretty nice variety. I mean, hell, there was like 5 Pudges throughout that series. It was. I've been seeing good depth, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Sakata, Outworld Devourer. No Tail's actually on the Medusa here, so okay. I don't know if that changes things or not.
I'm not sure.
10 seconds remaining.
I think for OD, I saw a fair amount of OD versus Medusa back when the ulti with the Ags drained the mana, or back when the ulti drained the mana. But since they changed it to like cast Sandities, then yeah, I don't know. It's still like I like the int drain though for sure.
I mean, get plenty of int just like bopping away on a Medusa who doesn't seem to go down.
And you can just throw it under and kill her teammates.
So the options are going to be there for iG.V. We'll just have to see if it works out that way or not. And it is indeed going to be what looks like an S4 offlane puck. I mean, see that is a rarer sight to me than just seeing an OD in general. Offlane puck coming back in, but can't really fault S4 for being the one to kind of really bring it back here. And his matchup in what looks like will be possibly the Witch Doctor and Lifestealer. I suppose the Bounty Hunter is not going to be hanging around that area too much, so a 2v1 shouldn't be too much problem for him. It's just, it's that thing where he can't Iron Talon.
Well, it's also, you don't see the offlaners like Iron Talon that much anymore. It got popular for a phase, and then people realized, oh, we're giving up so much in the lanes and the jungle, and we're losing all 3 lanes. It's just not really worth it for them anymore. The puck, though, is really good versus the Lifestealer, really good versus the Bounty Hunter. Like, he's a hero that can stay in the lane. He can pressure the Lifestealer if the support's not there. The support is, like, constantly has to be there to make sure that the puck doesn't give the Lifestealer too hard of a time. So I like the pick here.
Dogfights will not get the rune for the 2nd time straight. He tried that last game too. Unfortunately, will not be able to get the snag up on that one, and will take his business back and below, all the way deep into the offlane here.
The 1 clarity build. You usually see a 2 clarity build. But you opt for a branch instead.
Oh, he's trying to be cheeky here. There's a sentry in the hands of Jerix. He drops it down. Dogfights was looking to pull the creeps, and OG are looking for first blood now. Nice stomp, nice grab. They had pinged them out sooner than that too. They kind of had the idea he was running that way. And they were in the right place at the right time.
Don't actually think that's that bad for IG. The creep wave still gets owned by the tower, and they aren't going to be able. Maybe they can pull the trolls. If they can pull the trolls, then Starter's going to have a really tough time. And it looks like they want to. They want to at least secure this lane for them. But double melee versus lane, I don't know. I don't know about this.
We'll see if things work out for him. Hey, heads up, guys. I'm going to restart the stream. Apparently, we're having like some weird FPS thing happening. I can see it on the preview, but I don't know why it is. So let me restart the stream, guys. It'll take a hot second since there is no delay, so don't fear. And then, come on, XSplit. Some certain buttons and turn some knobs correctly. We should be back and live and good for OG versus Invictus Gaming Vitality. I'm back with Ben. Ben, you have been in the game watching it on our other computer. That works wonderfully. How are things going here? I'm just trying to get back in and kind of get my bearings back. It looks like OG have been able to string together a couple extra kills, including this recent one, taking down an auto-position Paparazzi with a nice Dream Coil. Oh, you got to unmute.
It's all been Jarex for the last 6 or 7 minutes. He has crushed this bottom lane. He's gone for a few attempts, did kills on a Star Dart. He's been lucky to escape this game with 0 deaths thus far. They've taken down a tower on the bottom, but Jarex has just been nailing kills in all of the lanes and making this Bounty Hunter respond to him instead of the other way around.
Jarek's pretty good. Jarek's just played a lot of Bounty Hunter. I think he knows how to manipulate one. No Tail could be a little bit of trouble, but he's going to be popping the Stone Gaze now, and that will allow him to make it away. Paparazzi doesn't care about being petrified. He's happy to continue trucking on in. Gets a few knocks on the S4, and now they're thinking about stopping on in. Dogfight's coming in from behind. Tries to go for the deny, not going to be able to get it. Radiant get that last hit. And now investing up. I don't know if iG.V want to kind of continue moving in, but look at this, a smoke back play from OG. Looking to wrap up and around because they are going to have a coil to work with. Let's see where they plan on going here. It looks like towards the mid lane.
They want to get aggressive on that tower.
Oh, yeah.
Super is a free kill at this point if he tries to deny.
Oh, he's coming in with iG.July, and then he sees trouble, and they look to go the other way. He eats up the coil, just him. And iG.July can't find the stun. He gets silenced up. Nice rift connection there from S4, and it quickly leads to the execution of both of them.
Jeez, that was perfectly played by S4 right there. Phased the coconuts. He silenced the Slardar as he was mid-stun animation. And used the orb to finish off the Rift Hunter. That was very nice play. And easy tower.
Man, my frames look better now, dudes. I'm happy. Nice and smooth. All right. That's how technology works sometimes. Ana, meanwhile, is going to be able to chew through a very nice stack. Both Lady Archers here, it looks like, are going to look to try to get a piece of it.
Yeah, NoTail was stacking that earlier. I liked his efficiency in the mid lane. Like 9:55, he stacked the Ancients and went to go check the top rune. I don't see him get to play the mid lane too much on heroes that require stacking. Just DK, I think, mostly DK,
yeah.
DP.
It's not really like a TA player or anything like that, so that's true. Here, NoTail will get that opportunity to be more self-sufficient, but still obviously something that's on the minds of iG.V. They would love to be able to kind of get that bring down if possible, but it ain't going to come easy. I mean, Crack Gold's online now, so if you're IG, let's get some kills, let's get some money. We'll lead in with an early bounty rune, but looking to go up and around here, possibly sweeping in from behind. Let's see what kind of approach they can make, but you got to be careful. Mid lane sentry is there for OG.
He may be level 6, but Oracle is level 8.
What?
Yeah.
Have mercy.
He is 8.
That's Fly Oracle.
He is higher level than the Slardar.
It's 3 kills.
Highest level out of any support in this game. So they can look for a kill, but...
At level 4 Purifying Flames is going to be nuts. Like, he's just going to shred through this Witch Doctor, this Bounty Hunter.
Making good use of that BAT with the Drow aura.
Really, though, too. I mean, even the laning phase, it's just Oracle's so nice to have along with the Drow. And they'll be able to easily clean out that tier 2. It's not looking good for IG. I mean...
they got Roche.
Just losing towers one by one. I mean, have they confidently gotten Roche? It's taking
no.
a lot. It's taking a long freaking time. Jerix is on the way. This Roche is only a little over halfway dead. Okay, they have the ward down. They see dogfights and him alone. Okay, S4. Orbs, scouts, sees it's there. Jerix is rushing in. He's trying to get the spear close enough. NoTail popping out the Stone Gaze forces all of them to turn back and face the wall. Don't do this to us. Valiant TPs will save the Lifestealer, but oh, they will also be able to make a quick escape from OD. Man, they jump ship so fast. Fly was able to KS a brilliant couple of kills there on his Oracle, but nonetheless, still all OG for this. IG make it out with their Aegis, but OG are going to be walking away with yet another tower, it looks like.
Still can't fight. They don't have to blink on a Slardar. He might have to sell his Quelling Blade to do this, to stop this onslaught of Drow Ranger buffed heroes.
Yeah, this is now a stampede. Bottom lane we go. All right, IG, what are you going to do? I think they're just going to have to accept the fact that they're going to be stuck without any sort of outer towers here. Will they even take a tower this game? I mean, OG, not if they have any say. Tier 2 down. I mean, it looks like the Force Staff, the Force Staff is done. I mean, a Hurricane Pike recipe is there for Ana now, so all according to plan here for OG.
That is one of the best items to deal with a Lifestealer, and I don't think they're going to expect her to have it this early, but she doesn't actually have it yet. It's still in base, and this could be the time iG.July, ready with his blink.
Go, baby, go! Jump onto Jerix. Nice bailout by Fly, assisting with the False Promise. And, well, they'll Astral to make sure they lock him there, waiting for the duration. That will be enough to pop him. And IG will be able to get a kill. They're looking for more, though. Big Valiant jump in from iG.July. See you later. Okay. Bit too far from his friends. And they make him pay the price. A coil was used for it, but all right.
That's what happens when your Oracle is over-leveled. You mentioned that level 4 Purifying Flame
nuts,
destroyed him. I'm not sure if he had Sprint on, but it certainly looked like it.
He's got 1,800 gold. I wonder if he's going to just get a Blink Dagger, you know. Suppose you could.
Does he need one? I think he can just get Aether.
Ah, no, dude. If you can afford it, Blink is just so much cooler. But
he could also
he's going to go Force. Yeah,
Force is way better versus
it's more responsible, I will give it that. Because, you know, you can not just help yourself, you can help others. Especially kiting around someone like the Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer versus 2 Force Staffs 16 minutes into the game. Actually, Oracle doesn't have his yet, but he will have it soon. Yeah, they're going to have the same problem as last game where their one position can't do any damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
even though he's
attack.
farmed.
Really no easy targets here. They can't really take it back. Are they just letting too much goodness through? I mean, I've seen 2 different games now with Jarek's Elder Titan that's just doing too much work. I don't know if they're putting so much value in this Bounty Hunter, not enough value banning out the Elder Titan or picking it for themselves, but I don't know, maybe something to consider reevaluating.
I think they just always draft better team fight. OG do. Like, Coil plus Stone Gaze, like BKB or not, or Rage or not rather in this game, like you're going to have a lot of issues actually getting to a Drow Ranger on top of that ET Stomp plus the Earth Splitter. Yeah, the ET I guess is a pretty big problem. But overall their team fight's just much stronger. You can't actually get to them to do the damage or stop the marksmanship from coming through.
All right, OG begin to waddle down this mid lane. Not far from them is IG as they look to make their own approach down this mid lane. But again, OG just kind of walking out the other end.
See, you see Fly's missing? He's not even in the fight, but this is way better than him hiding, like, showing himself. Because they don't know where he is. He could be sitting behind S4 right now. It's like, I don't think I can jump him. They don't.
Yeah.
They just actually don't know where he is, which is great.
And all Fly has to do is go back to the fountain, and suddenly he's just a big mind game. All works out wonderfully.
It's kind of like a Nyx that jungles.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. He could be Vendetta on top of me right now, but he also could be in the jungle farming. But generally, you have to play a little bit safer and assume that he is Vendetta around. And it's the same story as an Oracle. He could be sitting behind, but unless you use a scan, you're not going to know for sure.
Looks like we'll have a bit of a pause as Ana unfortunately did dip on us. We'll wait for his immediate return, which shouldn't be too long because this is a LAN after all, as he's already back and we're going to get underway here. We still have plenty more Dota action coming up after this. I believe Odie and Draskell will be taking over as they cast the winner of both of the series today. Moving on, we'll get those matches set up, but
Puck is going Ags first. This is an Ags rush Puck. Well,
I mean, 4 staffs, Hurricane Pikes, you know, that'll help. Pop the coil and pop that sweet juicy stun. Oh, speaking of juicy stuns, oh my god, now you see it, now you don't. S4 is gone. Jump and crush vehicle coming in here from IG. Paparazzi looking to man up here on the no-tail. Jumps in the last second to avoid the Stone Gaze and waits before coming back out. Trade a piece now is going to cost him the Aegis now. And now with the return eating so much damage, he's going to have to force himself up and away from trouble. Fly the next card, able to get out the False Promise, helps out on a bit, but now Paparazzi and company are going to just have to get the hell back. It looks like they will do so. No-tail hoping to make chase here. Okay, Paparazzi walks back in accidentally or something. Now forced to armlet toggle and rage his way out. Oh my god, he's trying to run. Can he make it away? There's a helpful force, but no! Gets shot down at the end. On with the range. Was that his force actually with the Hurricane Pike and then triggering it? That might have been it.
I think it was OD. OD
was
tried
it
to
OD's force?
Yeah, he tried to force him away, but it like kind of ruined, I think, his train of thought with the armlet toggling, and then he died. Also, I think Jarex could have also done a lot more of that fight. Like when the Aegis, when OD was respawning with the Aegis, I think he could have dropped his ulti, and then they could have gotten an easy OD kill right there. Because he went hand of Midas, so he's really not going to be able to do that much early in the fights.
Big jump in, coil on 2, dogfights. Could be going down here, and they'll get the one last right click in. S4 survives. Will pull right back out just as fast as he jumped in. That's going to be the tier 3 down. The slow siege power coming out between Medusa and Drow is too strong that IG, if they want to live on, they're going to have to pull out some sort of hold. Otherwise, they might as well say goodbye to this lane of Rax. Here we go. Stone Gate is going to be Pop-Pop. Sarabi's trying to range and fight. He's petrified now. All the amp damage is going to be coming in. He's going to be forced to hop in the back of this creep and walk his way back into the safe zone. But OG are looking to infiltrate here, and they do go in. A crush comes out, but unfortunately it's short-lived as they'll quickly take the slaughter out. Follow-up is going to be the drop. They take out Sakata, and they want more. Paparazzi going to be going to S4 on a killing spree here. Will they be Tal be thrown in early? as OG are about to take the first set of racks. This series, it might have been a short one, Ben. Real
Puck's back, baby. Also, that is not a slow seed. I don't know what your definition of slow is, but dude, they truck down these towers.
From the low ground, I mean, the deceptive amount of damage they can dig, IG just had to find a way to stop them from just casually moving on thin and doing utter destruction, but as you can see, they pulled out what they could, and it's not good enough. OG with just so much farm, way too big. And now they're going to be bigger. Racks going down is just even more money. Snowtail Scotty's going to be set to be done. I'm sure S4's Ag's probably complete.
Slaughter used to be first pick, but he's been getting blown up all of these fights. Now you can actually tell that he's just taking so much damage every time he sprints it.
Well, for IG, back to the drawing board for them to go. As they'll push out and kind of make do with the timing they have, but the recovery play, it does not seem very likely. As dogfights will go out, plants down a couple of wards so that they can try to get some defensive vision, but ultimately OG, step back, we'll grab the next set of items. I mean, if they want to play it safe, wait out for the Roche, get the H's, and follow it up with the win, but
playing it safe is sticking together. They don't even have to take out Roche. As long as they stick together and don't give iG.Vitality free track kills and even a pick on a core, I think would be pretty detrimental to them at this point. As long as nothing like that happens, then they're okay.
Uh-oh. They spotted S4. He was trying to head up towards that top and rendezvous with where the bounty hunter was, but they've crossed paths with the rest of IG. Nice push out. We'll go ahead and get the snap onto Sakata, and they will be able to take him down. No tail next. False Promise is there. Paparazzi trying to force himself out with a TP, but it's not going to be happening. Another clean fight for OG.
You see how well they play as a ball, though? Like, everyone's always there to help each other out. As soon as Stone Gaze is down, they all focus their defensive cooldowns onto the Medusa. They're all, like, focusing down the same hero at the same time. Like, OG's teamwork is just really crisp at all times, whereas iG.Vit is, like, 1 out of, like, 3 fights. They have, like, a pretty good team fight, whereas OG is like, damn, they play together a lot.
But they haven't. I mean, they do. They do. Don't get me wrong, but like they have a lot of new members as well, and this was their first like real competitive game, at least for the public to see.
Their support core is still the same, though. I think that's really important.
Oh, yeah, I was saying that too when you were not here. I was like, if they had to have a swap out, I mean, Jairus and Crit are like the same profile of a player of a 4 position, and they both have great hair. So I mean, it's just like a perfect, perfect match. So, but the difference was, I was actually a little more skeptic. Because I guess at first when I was theory crafting, I didn't realize or make the assumption right away that it was going to be S4 to the off lane. So I was like, oh, is S4 going to be like the same replacement as a Miracle? But no, S4 is going to be in the off lane now. Do you think that OG are going to continue to do this? Like they'll just get S4 heroes for the off lane? Is there going to be a point when, if it seems to be very successful for them, that opponents will just respect ban them?
S4 heroes there's a lot of them.
I mean, well, you got Puck, you got Bat.
You got Magnus, you can put Timbersaw.
That's true. Can he play Timbersaw?
Yeah, I've seen him play
Timber. I mean, that's 4. That's good enough for an off lane.
I'm pretty sure he can play Void. Void's not that difficult. He can play Queen off lane if they need to, which is not that uncommon. But last game they had a 1-on-1 matchup, which Queen is really good at.
I think it's just the spicy heroes like the Nyx. I don't know if I see playing Nyx.
Slardar.
Okay, all right. I guess you make a case for him.
He is like the king of initiation.
All right. It's just, it's not a familiar area for him. He's used to maybe a lot of one-on-ones. Off-lanes are different. You'll be one day you're doing a one-on-one, next day you're going against an aggro lane.
It depends on who the mid player is. If it's a player like Sumail, who takes a lot of risks, then I don't think he's quite suited for an off-lane. Also, he's just really good at mid. Doesn't really need a switch for S4. He's always been that fighting type, the BKB builder, the initiator, the guy who goes in first and then his team cleans up after them. The gem carrier, the BKB carrier, he's that guy. And I think that it's...
that guy right there.
Yeah, I think it's like actually almost the perfect place for him, at least in this patch, when it's so farm oriented in mid lane. This game we saw Dusa, last game we saw Storm. I think with that trend, like S4 is not a farmer in my mind. I never really envisioned him as such.
What do you think about the new guy, Ana, coming from a position of being like a stand-in for IG for a while, was hanging out in China, and
I haven't
now he's a new kid on the block.
He hasn't been stressed. You need to stress test these guys, right?
I mean, hey, no, he doesn't take a death in that game. That's got to be feeling pretty good. It's going to be confidence booster. He's at LAN. That's going to be it's not his first LAN, I'd imagine. I don't know if he's played any LANs for IG, but...
Like, Stress test, I think, is like Sumail at DAC. When he got ganked constantly a few times at Storm, that was when people weren't sure if Sumail was the real deal. And after that game, and he came back and just like crushed them after like 15 or 20 minutes. When the first 10 minutes they camped him, that's a sign of a really, really good player. You need a player that can come back when they've just been like, you know, thrown to the ground and just constantly just thrown back on the ground over and over in the first 15 minutes, and then they come back and just destroy you. I haven't seen him put in that situation, and it's easy to do well when you're winning, and it's easy to do well when you're put in a position to shine. But when things don't go your way, that's when you really see what players are made of.
Well, before we go, I don't know if you had a chance to look over too many other teams, but is there any team that you're expecting to kind of really go far in this? I mean, we're just starting our adventure with MDL now, but you got teams like, you know, Newbie, the new VG squad, Secrets in there with their new MVP roster that they got going.
Too early to tell.
Lots of C flavor. I mean, it's...
What about you?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. I'm actually very curious how the other matches went. It looked like Newbie was winning against Secret and possibly might have 2-0'd him, but I don't know.
They haven't been put to the test either.
It's going to be tough. This is going to be an interesting MDL experience. It's going to be a good time, and we're only just getting started, folks. So let's go ahead and wrap things up. Like I said, moving on, I think we're going to keep everything on just the Beyond the Summit stream, and I believe OD and Draskell will be taking over as they get all the winners to battle it out, and we'll continue our advancement day. So in the meantime, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your Dota, and we'll take care. That's Merlini, by the way. Go hit him up on his Twitter at Merlini Dota. I'm KotLGuy. Take care. Bye-bye.